In the name of Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Today we have a new lesson for second secondary grade, second semester, English subject, 5A, listening, speaking, writing, Traveler 4. This lesson is prepared by Mr. Muhammad al-Buhairi and presented by me, Muhammad al-Athaymin. Today, we will practice listening for details through the completion of gapped sentences. Practice speaking in comparing between two photographs. Practice using prompts in order to write emails. Warm-up. Why is it important to keep the earth clean? Now, we need to keep our earth clean. Why? Because we live in it. And what? Why is it important to keep the earth clean? What do you do to make your community a cleaner place? Don't drop rubbish. Can help to clean our place or your place. And what else? What do you do to make your community a cleaner place? Educate people, tell people that they should keep their place and their community clean. What else? Think about the answer. Listening. Listen to the interview and complete the sentences below.
Please welcome Dr. Murphy, a conservationist who has set up a company which organises gap year experiences in Australia.
Good evening.
First, can you tell us what inspired you to set up this company?
Sure. Basically, it was my interest in educating people about conservation work.
Can you tell us a little about the main environmental problems in Australia?
Australia has been isolated from the rest of the world for millions of years. As a result of this, the wildlife and plant life which have evolved there are not found anywhere else. However, the damage caused by human activity and climate change could permanently affect Australia's unique wildlife and landscapes. If we don't help to protect this environment now, we could lose it forever.
What kinds of activities do you organise for people taking a gap year?
Well, we arrange conservation projects in different parts of Australia. For example, you could spend 3 months in Adelaide monitoring rock wallabies.
Rock wallabies?
Rock wallabies are kangaroo-like animals that live in rocky areas. Their numbers are dramatically decreasing. This is because they are killed by foxes. Also, other animals, like goats, compete with the wallabies for food. We must keep a close eye on wallaby populations and try to protect them, otherwise they could become extinct in the future.
I see.
Another project involves planting trees in fire-ravaged areas of Alice Springs. There is also another project in Mount Gambier, which involves removing invader plant and animal life from lakes. You see, when a new creature takes up residence in a lake, it can cause significant damage to the environment. For example, it may compete for food or prey on local fish or plants. There is a huge variety of activities available. Ultimately, it's up to you where you want to go and what you want to do.
Do you need any specialist skills or knowledge to take part in these projects?
Just common sense and loads of enthusiasm. All training is given beforehand, especially in safety methods. We need people who are good team players and are interested in saving the environment.
And what about leisure activities?
Of course, it's not all work. Volunteers have plenty of free time to enjoy all the amazing sights Australia has to offer. We try to combine leisure activities with environmental education. For example, some of our volunteers have been snorkeling with turtles while visiting one of the islands off the Great Barrier Reef. And don't forget, there are lots of opportunities to go surfing.
In your opinion, what can people gain from this experience?
Well, by taking part in our projects, they are making a positive contribution to conservation, but they also have the opportunity to see the fascinating beauty of the Australian outback. Our projects combine travel, fun and hard work. It is a rewarding experience which can lead to personal growth as it gives ordinary people a chance to learn about the environment and to take part in saving the planet.
Who do you think this would appeal to?
We've had people from all walks of life taking part. Students taking a year out before going to university, people taking a career break, and we've also had a few retired people. Basically, if you want the chance to get out in the fresh air, meet some new people and do something exciting, then this is for you.
So far, what are the results of the volunteer work?
We've seen over 1 million trees replanted in the last 5 years. 60 kilometres of protective fencing has been put up in areas where wildlife is under threat. Over 300 wildlife surveys have been completed. So, as you can see, this work is having visible results.
Dr. Murphy, thank you for being with us in the studio this afternoon, and I do hope that...
Now let's try to answer these questions. Australia is unique. Unique means special. It has something special because you cannot find the wildlife and that exists there anywhere else. Do you remember what did he say? He said that the wildlife and plant life which have evolved there are not found anywhere else. So the answer is plant life. Number 2, the number of rock wallabies is... The number, is it increasing or decreasing? According to him, he said that their numbers are dramatically decreasing. Number 3, Dr. Murphy explained that all you need is common sense and a lot of to take part in conservation project. A lot of what? He said just common sense and loads of enthusiasm. So a lot of enthusiasm. Dr. Murphy says that apart from work, volunteers have a lot of what? Apart from work. According to him, he said, of course, it's not all work. Volunteers have plenty of free time. So the answer is they have a lot of free time to entertainment. Number 5, doing this kind of work gives ordinary people the opportunity to learn about the environment and do something to help whom? What did he say? He said it gives ordinary people a chance to learn about the environment and to take part in saving the planet. So, to help the planet. Number 6, students, people who want to take a break from there, and even retired people take part in conservation work. What's the answer? He said students taking a year out before going to university, people taking a career break, and we've also had a few retired people. So the answer is career. People who want to take a break from their career. Number 7, over a period of more than 1 million trees have been replanted thanks to conservation project. Do you remember what did he say? He said, so far, what are the results of the volunteers' work? This is the interviewer's question, and Murphy's answer are, we've seen over 1 million trees replanted in the last 5 years. So, over a period of 5 years. Speaking time. Now, look at picture A and B. Compare the pictures and explain how they make you feel. Compare this picture A and B. And explain, I want you to speak. Explain how they make you feel. You can use some of the words in the expressions in the boxes. You can use naturally, beautiful, clear, clean, fresh, swimming, healthy, toxins, harmful, pollution, disease, fatal wildlife man-made disaster. Or these phrases like, you can also use these phrases. For example, you can say the environment in A or B is or seems to be, whereas, I'll give you an example. The environment in picture A seems to be naturally beautiful, clean, and healthy, whereas the one in B seems to be the result of man-made disaster. You can say, I believe picture A or B is because, or you can say, the environment in A or B must be, looking at picture A or B, I feel, you can say, looking at picture B, I feel the pollution all around me, and I can almost smell the toxic fumes coming out of this industrial plant. So try to speak about these pictures. Try to practice your speaking. Take your time to speak about these pictures. Say something about picture A and something about picture B. You can use these words and phrases. Now, I'll show you suggested answer. The environment in picture A seems to be naturally beautiful, clean, and healthy, whereas the one in picture B seems to be the result of a man-made disaster. Looking at picture A, I feel serene and calm, and I wish I could swim in the crystal clear water. Looking at picture B, I feel the pollution all around me and can almost smell the toxic fumes coming out of this industrial plant. It is sad to look at the green-brown water of the once beautiful landscape. Now, writing time. You have received an email from an English-speaking friend of yours who will be visiting your country. What information must you include in your reply to your friend? Now, let's read your friend's email. You'll probably remember that I belong to an environmental organization called Friends of Nature. This summer, about 50 members of the local branch are planning to visit your country. We are especially interested in exploring nature, and I'd really appreciate it if you could inform me if there are any special ecotourism programs that we could participate in and what they involve. Other activities that would interest us are things like hiking and rafting. Could you tell us what kind of activities are available? Of course, we also want to see the sights and try the local cuisine. What places do you suggest? What shouldn't we miss out on? I'm so glad that this trip will give us the opportunity to see each other again. Please tell me if there is anything in particular that you would like me to bring you from London when we come. I hope to hear from you soon. Best wishes. So this email are sent to you by your friend. Your friend is coming to your country and he asked you about some information. Now, in outline, you should use greeting. You should start with greeting. What greeting will you use? Hello, hi. And in the opening paragraph, what said phrase will you use to begin your letter? Why are you writing to your friend? Of course, as a reply of his email. In the main part, think about these two questions. What information will you include? So think about the information that you are going to include in your essay. Of course, in this case, you should include information that required by your friend about ecotourism and some sites that you should go. How will you organize this information in paragraphs? For example, you should have 2 or 3 paragraphs, and in each paragraph you should concentrate on one idea. Closing paragraph. Is there anything you want to emphasize? What set phrase will you use to end your letter? You will end your letter with which phrase? What are the phrases that you can end your letter with? In signing off, what signature ending will you use? Best wishes, yours, or what? Assessment. Now, I want you to write an email to your friend based on the outline you have made. The outline you have made. Based on this outline, write an email to your friend you have made, and using some of the ideas from the brainstorming activity in previous exercise. This exercise should be from 120 to 150 words. In the outline, you have greeting like dear, hi. In the opening paragraph, use glad to hear from you. Of course, I remember you are a member of Friend of Nature. Or you can use I'm writing to tell you all about. So this is the answer of why are you writing? So this is the answer of why are you writing to him. In the main paragraph, you can write information about ecotourism programs, sports activities, sites, and restaurants. Also, you can include things you might want from London. In the closing paragraph, you can say, looking forward to seeing you. Or you can say, phone me where you arrive. In signing off part, you can say, best wishes or yours. Now we come to the end of our lesson. This is the summary of today's lesson. In the speaking part, we have 2 pictures, and we have some phrases to use in comparing between these 2 pictures. One have natural picture and the other have man-made materials. And in writing email, we studied how to write an outline. We discussed what greeting will you use, what set phrase will you use to begin your letter, why are you writing to your friend, and in the main part, we have studied what information will you include, how will you organize this information in paragraphs. In the closing paragraph, we knew what should we emphasize and what phrases or set phrases will we use to end our letter. And in signing off, we have studied what signature ending will you use. These are references and resources. And for more information and listen, you can visit our website or contact our Twitter account, or you can call our free phone. Thank you for listening. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.